Hello friends and family from around the world, this is Mike with Morning Dew, daily events worldwide, and we are on September 6th, 2020. Welcome to another surviving day on the planet. Welcome to the Daily Dew, where we look at space weather, world weather, and disasters from around the world. Starting out here, looking 304 angstroms at our sun, as we still have a very blank disk right now. Diminished Earth-facing coronal hole, not much to talk about, except for this large plasma filament lifting here, outgoing. But something happened on the backside of the sun, and it is showing on the 512 angstroms here. We're going to focus in on to the northwestern region of the sun, and you can see that small wave of action just kind of squirted away from the sun, and that is some backside action. So we definitely have an active sunspot region, I'm sure. I haven't looked at the stereo behind images, if they're even available. But it looks like we may have had a couple pops there. A couple CMEs, maybe even a flare on the backside of the sun. We'll have to see in the coming days here to see what Space Weather Prediction Center says. Right there. So stay aware, prepared. We are on the verge of supposed to be a maximum cycle. We're supposed to be finishing a minimum, but we may be on the verge of an extended solar minimum, otherwise called a grand solar minimum. So stay aware, prepared. Just looking at these beautiful sun images, and thanks again, Solar Dynamics Observatory, all provided to you by them and co-produced here with Morning Dew. These are all images that are available to everybody. Also looking here, Alaska 2 image. That was the latest image, nothing to show there. Looking at the real-time solar data as we are steady at about 357 kilometers per second. And looking here, space weather prediction, we do have some incoming action. And this is the first week of September here for LASCO. You can see that last little bit, the last little spurt. Something is coming. Looking here at the Schumann resonance for today, a little more normal from what I've seen. The last few days it's been flatlined, so there is a buzz. Looking for earthquakes right now, most latest earthquake here in Falkland, the South Sandwich Islands region, South America, Argentina, off the coast there, 5.0, moving northward, 4.6 and a 4.4 here, reported in Bolivia, pretty deep as well, 212 kilometer, 100 kilometer depth, mid-Atlantic Ocean here, 4.6, active Puerto Rico today, definitely a shaking, a lot of minor earthquakes, and across the North American plain as well, minor earthquakes, 3.4 there, Oklahoma, 2.7 New Mexico, as well Colorado, 2.7, up into Idaho, 2.7 there, California, few quakes as it's been pretty busy lately, but we've had a lot of action move towards the Alaskan Aleutian Islands and in through Japan as well. 5.1 reported, 4.9, and as well a 4.5. And early this morning I also reported during the live stream the 6.3 in Talagalhong, Philippines, shallow depth, and we've seen earthquakes right across the Pacific plate today. 5.4 there in Tonga, as well Sumatra here with a 4.8 today, 215 kilometer depth. So these deeper earthquakes are starting to get increased in frequency. 4.6 there, India as well, a 5.1 here reported in Iran. Northward here, 4.4, Rick Jane's Ridge. So that's a very active 24 hours for earthquakes, a lot to report there. And looking at the last 7 days, we're seeing a lot of white rings for a 7-day map. So that is an active earthquake event that we're going through, and I do believe that it is tectonic. We're going through a tectonic plate movement due to the grand solar minimum. A lot is happening to our planet right now, in our atmosphere, and as well across the plate lines. So stay aware, prepared, and just have a plan. Be ready. That's what this channel is all about. Staying aware and prepared. Thanks very much for tuning in as well. Welcome all the new family members over the last 24 hours. Thanks for joining the family. Looking here at Pacific Disaster Center, most recent volcanoes being updated. Sangay in Ecuador, Dakono in Indonesia, a ton of fires across the world. Reventador in Ecuador, Sabancaya in Peru, Popo in Mexico, and Sinabung in Indonesia. So that's about 7 volcanoes being updated today. Most of the movement has been concentrated to the earthquakes. Of course, we've had many 6.0 and greater earthquakes recently. Showing here Pacific Disaster Center, many fires across northwestern United States, and as well moving central now into California and into Idaho. But you can see there are many warnings going out. Please just stay tuned to your local mainstream media. I'm sure you're going to get the warnings for evacuations. Thoughts and prayers going out to everybody being affected. Looking here at one active tropical storm, Julio, who is off the coast of Mexico and heading straight west into the Pacific. But we do have an active Atlantic and 3 areas of interest throughout the week here that we're going to be keeping an eye on, especially the last one forming off the coast of Africa here. These are satellite images right now of the 2 areas of interest, but there will be a 3rd one coming. 5-day forecast brought to you by Meteo Earth and Meteo Mike will let you know exactly where these are going. This is an app you can get as well, so you can stay as up to date as I do with these forecasts. They're pretty good. Starting out here overlooking, of course, home base, Calgary, Alberta. Cool temperatures moving in over the next 24 hours, and then a pretty sizable cold low coming in later in the week, so long range forecast does not look good. But we do have possible snow in the foothills, and then watching a big system develop throughout Colorado and moving eastward through the central plains of the United States and into Ontario later in the week. This is going to bring snow as far south as Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I had reported on that 2 days ago, and now they just put out a special weather statement in Albuquerque, and as well Colorado may get a very heavy dumping of snow. This is going to be very wet snow, so stay aware, prepared. Colorado and across southern United States, be ready for a big winter storm. As well, Quebec, watch for a large low pressure system affecting you guys later in the week. And then some big storms through Texas, Mexico, as it gets hot, very hot. You can see here 5-day forecast, 2 areas of interest forming. Another one later in the forecast off the coast there is the one I'm going to be concerned with. I'm sure that it's going to be a big one. So stay aware, prepared. My friends and family around the world, things are changing drastically. And I really appreciate you watching and tuning into Morning Dew, daily events worldwide. Overlooking the Atlantic Ocean here. Let's move southward, South America, as things are really starting to heat up there as well. A lot of fires being reported throughout Bolivia as far as Paraguay. But cold temperatures and snow still looming around throughout parts of southern Argentina. Strong high pressure ridge hanging out in the southern hemisphere. And throughout parts of Africa, they've received snow for the first time ever in some areas. Low pressure system moving away from there now. Cool temperatures are going to hang around, though, parts of South Africa. Central regions watching a couple of pressure systems here. One is going to be the third area of interest over the Atlantic Ocean. Hot across northern Africa. And watch for the transition as a low pressure system comes in over the United Kingdom yet again, and then an even stronger one in the longer range forecast. Big systems affecting the northern hemisphere right now. They're starting to get bigger. Stay aware and prepared. Cooler temperatures starting to move in, especially parts of Eastern Europe, parts of northern Finland. Rain's calming down through parts of eastern Pakistan, but watch a low pressure system here. And as well, monsoon rains kind of diminishing, but possible cyclone developing here, parts of southern India. Overlooking Australia, cool temperatures definitely coming back for a little bit, just when you thought spring was here. Could see some snow in the higher elevations. Again, I want to thank everybody for watching today. Please don't forget to hit that notification bell. Make sure you're receiving all updates and live streams. Come on in and say hi. Very fun group and family members from around the world. Leave you here looking at the southern hemisphere versus the northern. Big changes coming. Are you ready? Thanks for watching. Stay aware and prepared. Stay young and have fun. And get your morning dew. Bye-bye. And don't forget to check out dailyeventsworldwide.com, where you can get all the latest news and events and share your photos and videos. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends and family from across the world.